for the ride. The next one has begun, and I'm alone on the run until our paths collide. Are you upset that I won? Oh my, oh my. But you started by ignoring all the signs. You never changed, still obsessed with losing time. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. But your brighter side, you just get it by. And I'm the same life, day to night that I've always been. I'm being human, switch my blood to heresy. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. So unsatisfied, but I'm sleeping on a train again.
One of the singer moved to Switzerland to live with his girlfriend. It was really cool. I'd move to Switzerland for you if you wanted. Oh, he sent the voice recording. Listen to it. Okay, I love you.
Gonna write you a song about every little thing that I did wrong, and how you still love me regardless of what I've done. Don't you dare leave me and break my hopeless heart. I won't ever.
Alright, that mouse is being silly. I don't know how well this stream is gonna go, because for some reason my mouse has not charged in a while, and I don't know how this is gonna go. I just opened the wrong tab. I was gonna stop the music, but I didn't open the right tab. Alright, the only issue with this game is that I have to play it in a small window. Like, it's tiny on my end. But hopefully it's all full screen for you guys. Let's hit new, reset progress. I'm very excited. I love this game. It's a lot of reading, though. So we've got our diary. My dirty little secrets. Read on to move on. The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. There came a knock on the door. I never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems to be a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all these years, I just can't forget about what used to be the love of my life. I know, overdramatic much? Knowing Brian Colmer as much as I did is bound to leave that big chunk of residue. Let's just say this diary is what's left of our relationship. 3 years have passed, and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me, I look like a mummified corpse. But what would B say if he saw me again? B left Rosen Peak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I could only rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it was the same for him, too. When you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain, so no matter how much V changes, I will always know it's him, but will B do the same for me? I love B, but he was not the most likely person to remember stuff. It's been 3 years, so it's possible he did forget about me. Or am I giving him too little credit? So here comes the big question. Oh, that's not a good sign. What happened to the sun and the moon? Well, I don't have a pencil, so I can't really... It's in the drawer, isn't it? Ah, yep. Pencil. Yes or no? I'm gonna say yes. Who am I kidding? It's B we're talking about. We didn't have the most perfect relationship, but he won't just dump his memory of me down the toilet or something. He's too much of a nice guy for that. And don't forget cute. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough to him. Enough to make him cherish even the darkest ones. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. It used to be my favorite place, naturally because it was B's favorite place to begin with. If there were two things that were too good for Rosen Peak, it would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Home of the best pancakes in the world, Brian Comer, 5 stars. Things were so much easier back then. B would just go, hey, and I would be like, hi. Nothing but hanging out after that, with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Will he still remember my voice? Will he say hey to me? Did time already ruin our moments? Excuse you. Okay then. I just wanted to say hello every time I called him, but what I want to do and can do are two different things. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of the phone was satisfying too in a way though. He was so eager to know who was calling him in the middle of the night. I wish I could sneak into people's minds, look beyond their eyes just by staring. If I had that power, I would never stop looking through B's window. No, thank you. I'm gonna have to put it like this because I can't read that because of how small the thing is. August 21st, 2006. I was not yet born. I wasn't born for another year. That is a debut outfit. I admire your confidence, Sam. And with that, my whole high school years were probably over. First day of a new school, and the new girl in town got classified as undesirable. Welcome in, Miss Hillary, by what seems to be the queen of Wayride Academy. Welcome in. This game is a lot of reading, but it's also scary, so it's very good. I spent last night telling myself, confidence, Sam, confidence, but it looks like I should have spent that time picking better clothes. I try not to care too much about blending in, but these kids already look at me like I'm a candy handed out by strangers. The package seems fine, but you know there's something fishy in there. Welcome in, everybody. Judging from their whispers, I could figure out they didn't know Wayride even accepted transfers. It's been less than 24 hours since I moved to Rosen Peak, and I already enjoy sitting alone in my dorm room more than attempting socializing with people who call me a city girl. Well, screw you too, hillbillies. Besides, I decided not to force myself into making friends after how my old friends decided to turn on me. I just hope these guys leave me alone at least. Keeping a diary can help things together in all the chaos. Help keep things together in all the chaos. I haven't kept a diary since kindergarten, but this seems like a good time to restart. Kudos for Mom to giving me the advice. Oh shoot, almost forgot calling her. Write to you later, diary. My only true friend. Love, Sam. Who bled on the paper? Will B remember the moment he came into my life? For me, it's as clear as the moment he left. So clear that the downfall of our relationship still cuts deep into my heart. Oh, that's so sad. Excuse you. Yeah, life in Rosen Peak was a jar filled with bittersweet candies. Not exactly tasteful, but I learned to enjoy it. Nevertheless, it's where my heart lies. Wrote a poem in B's memory. He used to struggle with Miss Lasley's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. Miss Lasley always told us, poetry is not about using fancy words, let your feelings do all the work. Well, this is how I feel. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. But before his sprint can soar, first he must answer the door. Knock, knock. I don't like it. Don't make me have to actually get up. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is it just a hallway? Stacy is a classic. FYI, she's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama, blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. I didn't want to start talking shit about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view triggered an obvious backbite. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse. Don't make me have to get up. Yeah, I didn't want to get up. Let me stay in the chair. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stopped talking about someone else. Sadly, coping with her bitchiness wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here in Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated face she made when I told her my application was accepted by Wainwright. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of an 11th grader. Even if she told me she understands my need to move out of the city, I already feel guilty for leaving her alone, even if it is Dad's fault our family's torn apart like this. You already used up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get your shit together. If not for you, for Mom. I don't like the door being open with just pitch black. Hey. Other Wainwright kids were so predictable. Their doors were already open before I put my hand on the knob. But B's door was closed shut and so beautifully painted. Everyone liked him, but couldn't get him to open up. I knew there was something behind that pretty paint, something behind his bright smile. But on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me. Enough to make me want to never leave his side. Ever. I don't like that the rain stopped. Whose hand is that? Oh, we are not about to do this whole game in a lamp. I don't want to do the whole game in a lamp. I meant to read that. My first Rosen Peak weekend. As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for a mystery horror genre. Lush forest, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. I could pay a visit to the lake one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just gonna leave those POI, places of interest, on my to-do list, which is already filled with crazy amounts of homework. I now know why youngsters of Wainwright will try their best to get as far away from school as possible after class, to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others will make the use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded parts of town. It does feel too quiet with no one left in school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch everyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some kind of demon spawn. At least I don't have to be reminded how screwed up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard. So I wonder how I should spend this afternoon. Write you later. Love, Sam. B was always pushing his limits. Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally became the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. B was the best quarterback Wainwright could ask for. Seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me. Something that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let him go. All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped restlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache. A good kind of bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop. Of course B is a football player, yeah. But as soon as B gave me that, hey, all those headaches were washed away. It used to be the best prescription I could ask for. Take away the pain and let only the good things stay. It's an eyeball! Cover the eyeball! For a boarding school, Wainwright intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. I visited the library for Miss Lasley's book assignment today, and two things surprised me. One, the place was much bigger than the one at my old school. Someone could get lost in here. Two, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe because they feared being lost in there. The place was too clean. Even the books showed little sign of human touch. I wonder if Stacy is thinking of picking a book. With her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoo all day, I doubt she has spare time to do that. Is she depending on Kyle to do the reading for her? Seriously? According to what I saw so far, he's either busy to reacting whatever's coming out of Stacy's mouth or working up some shenanigans with his jock buddy. Brian, was it? So yeah, right. In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. Open those eyes, no need for words. The sweetest love songs those eyes utters. So turn around and sing for me. I heard the light. I don't... Who are you? And you made a mess of my kitchen! What am I supposed to do with a stick? I guess just hold on to it. Visited the library again, a bit more people than before, and among them was Brian. It's not worth a bother, but seeing a major skank's boyfriend's bud wandering around the library is uncanny by anyone's standards. He must have been there to pick up the book for Miss Lasley's assignment. I almost got too close to him trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as a regular geek than a creepy one. Woe is me, hate to admit, but seeing Brian in the library today was today's only diary-worthy event. Probably because it's the only human interaction that didn't give me the sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my book options now. Write you later. Love, Sam. I miss him, even when I'm with him. I see him, even when he's not looking. And one day, he'll start looking for me, too. Only to realize that I was with him the whole time. Like a boogeyman under a sleeping child's bed. Oh, the lights are back on. Oh, there's a note over there. Really? That's what I need the stick for. Come here, stick. Get that note. Whose hands were those? Who is under my bed? Who is under my bed? Because now they've got a weapon. Because I left the stick. It was Mr. Kane's 9th psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. train of thought, taken by the Titanic flute. This time he gave each of us a mask and made us express our personalities by drawing on it. Again, this was psychology class. The last thing I want to do right now is open up to others, so for the next 30 cringy minutes, I managed to create one of the most basic personality masks anyone can imagine. If my mask were a cover letter, it would start with, I'm a people person. But it's not the dumb exercise that's bugging me right now. When those masks were being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kinda smiled at me. It's 11 p.m. now, why am I writing about this? It was most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why the very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. Okay, the rest of the day. Stupid brain probably wanted an excuse for screwing up today's math test. No, get on the board. What will B remember me as? A friend? A weirdo? A liar? After all, he didn't really know me. Like, really know me. No one did. Welcome in, John. I had to put on so many masks just to survive high school. The me that B knew was just layers and layers of fabricated image. Alright, bye! I could never take them off. I couldn't let anyone see how vulnerable I was. I would have been eaten alive. Worse, B would have left me completely. Even when the fragile layers wore off, I couldn't take them off. So that's all I did.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Cover up the holes before anyone could peek through. Cover them up, don't let them see my face. Find the lies. Oh, I don't like that. I hear the whispering. You hiding up here? Maybe in the closet. Why did it speed up? Can't see a thing. Where's the light? What? What was that? Did her neck snap? What happened? I don't even know what that was. I guess I ran out of time? Okay, closet. I don't like that it said liar. I'm not a liar. Oh goodness. Even with the extra font, I can't read all of it. Oh no. It's just one line of text that I can't see. I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I didn't know the voice was aimed at me, but my heart was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had to tap me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? I saw you going in and out of the library, he said with buttery voice. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I come here from time to time too to get this stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read since all he could think of were comics. It's dated 9/11. Oh no, I didn't even see that. I like completely ignored the date. Since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled from the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's works are good enough to get you started. 'Cause boys like any story with blood and breaking bones, right? I'm gonna be honest, I do love me some Stephen King. I love Stephen King stuff. Like, It was my first horror movie. It was so good. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said see you later at some point, and I said, yeah, see ya. Misery? Real nice, Sam. If Brian didn't know you were a weirdo, he does now. Oh, why does it look like that? Cover it up. Next page. What I did for B. All of them because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the one who truly cared, but B didn't even appreciate the things I've done for him. I never wanted drama. I wanted a poem like life. A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one else gets it, as long as B does. I hope B remembers our own little world, even if he forgot about it. I made him a map so he can find his way back. And I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Let's go back to our small world where all your favorite places are forever etched in my heart. Well, obviously Colton Hill. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I went there. I went there because Brian took me there. What? It all happened so fast. I was outside in the yard reading when Brian appeared out of nowhere, again. He said hey and started telling me about how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life. And since he was heading out, he offered to give me a tour of the town. 10 minutes later, we were passing Joe's Diner. Home of the world-famous pancakes, Brian says. There was also an arcade across the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place, too, unlike the music store, which according to him seriously need a restock. I found my own place of interest, a bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side, though. At the end of the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped. Out the window, I could see the weird gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm room. Brian revealed that he had a secret base of some kind there. He jokingly said he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet with his friends. I was exhausted but hyped up beyond my limits. I can't sleep. How can I when the whole day feels just like a dream? Oh, another heart. On the diner. Now where's the other heart? Okay, easy enough. Mark our favorite spots. Oh, I don't like that. I miss Morning Dew Donut Shop. B never shut up about its donuts. They did taste sweet, just like B's heart. What kind of cannibal are we? What do you mean sweet like his heart? Each bite was another memory to savor. But just like a donut, it had its expiration date. It turned out cold and bitter. I miss its warmth. I miss its sweetness. I need to eat it. I need to eat it up. Now what am I supposed to do? Who opened my fridge? The stream tags. Shh. We don't talk about the stream tags. Why is it a heart? Did it explode? Don't open that back up. A key. Okay. A little stick figure and a Sharpie that says epic on it. The golems just obliterated the hammerheads today. I now know why they say Brian and Kyle are more than buds. They're more than buds, you say? I would have called them an awesome duo if only Kyle wasn't an assload of douche. I mean, the guy has his name tattooed on his arm. Fair enough. Call me old-fashioned, but I think he should go to a hospital and get that ego checked out, because it must be swollen huge. At least he leaves me alone other than giving me that creepy stare when I pass by. I understand how Stacy can keep hanging out with him, but Brian? They do say we sometimes become friends with those who are at the opposite ends, so maybe it's not such a weird thing. For me, the real win was in the photos I took of Brian. Watch out for Sam Holt, the rising teenage stalker. Bringing the Polaroid camera I brought years ago during my camera geek phase seemed like a good idea now. I know I promised myself to stay away from people, stay away from the drama, but when I look at Brian, when he talks to me, it feels like maybe, just maybe, it's okay to have a little drama for myself. I'm not ready to define what this feeling is, but for now I'm just going to label it as looking for a shoulder to cry on and shove it under my bed like the pictures I took today. They were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. I hated every moment I was not with B. I was helpless. Every day I just wanted to call him, just so that we could chat, but I was afraid of what Brian would think of it. It could even hurt his reputation. When I finally worked up the nerve to call, all I could do was listen to him say hello. That was as far as our late night phone call chit-chat could go. I hung up wondering if he knew who was on the other end of the line. But I remembered the strong burning sensation that came every time I called him. That red, fiery sensation. Red. So fucking red. Red everywhere. Finish what you started. I mean, this is... Oh goodness, this is a weird control. Oh my god! Are you alright? Where'd you go? You were just here a moment ago. I'm worried. Bro's death. There we go. Enough with opening the windows! I have to pay for heating and all that. Oh, why are you out there? Excuse you? There we go. Where did you go? Why are you crawling through my window? Hello? Where am I? I'm in a forest. My gut response is to hold down shift as if that's gonna make me run faster, but I don't think this game has a running feature. I think this is just how you walk. Oh, this was where... What do you mean there's an invisible wall here? What if I wanted to look over the ledge? Just say meet me at Colton Hill, you know where to find me, Brian. Where did you come from? Excuse you. Due date for Miss Lasley's book report is right around the corner and I'm still not finished. If only I wasn't too disturbed. Normally I wouldn't bother reading a teen romance story, but for some reason I thought, hey, why not? The premise for Mingled itself is pretty generic. Jenny has a huge crush on her childhood friend Michael, but she can't get Michael to think of her as more than just friends. She reaches a conclusion that it's because of all those girls around him. So she starts making a list of all the basic girls who also have a crush on Michael. What she's planning to do with the list is yet to be revealed. If I can finish reading the book by tomorrow, I'll be able to finish the book report with enough time to revise. P.S. I wonder how Brian is doing with his assignments. Why am I interested? Because he's been asking for help with some of his work. Yandere for real. He's been asking for my help with some of his works, and I gladly agreed to. Why would I do that? Because by helping Brian focus on his practices so he can bring more trophies to our beloved school, it becomes safe to say I'm taking a part in a bigger cause. Not like I'm doing this for personal reasons, right? I wanted so bad to be close to Brian. So close I could peep into his beautiful head. So close I can just lean into him and tell him my deepest desires. You? Oh, was I supposed to say that this is me? Interesting. So close that I can whisper, don't leave me, don't go away, don't smile for others, don't look away. Oh no. Hey! No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! No! No, no, no! No! You let go of my head! Let go of my head! Let go of my head! Stop being so forceful! No! Her jaw dislocated! No! I don't appreciate that. I'm gonna unplug my mouse now. I think it's charged enough, at least for this part. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is gonna take the entire stream. Don't look away, I guess. Yeah, you're not supposed to look away. But it takes so long and she's pulling your head the other direction. No. Look at the paper! The paper! The paper! Finally. Girly, get away! Terrifying. I should have also probably said at some point that this game has a photosensitive warning. We've definitely passed by photosensitive parts, but I realized I've forgotten to warn it. Stacy invited everyone to the late post victory party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me this at the hallway herself. The sudden act of courtesy was enough to leave me frozen. But to think of it, a self-conscious beauty queen like Stacy would just love showing off how tolerant she could be. I prefer celebrating quietly in my room, but since the party is practically being held for Brian, I thought it would be sort of rude for me to not be there. He was nothing but nice to me since I met him, so the least I could do is show up. Plus, I could probably witness the face Stacy makes when she sees that I actually had the nerve to show up. Maybe, just maybe, I could piss her off if I managed to strike a conversation with Brian. An Omega hanging out with an Alpha? Kyle would be busy comforting Stacy, fuming about how I mess up her ecosystem. No peer pressure, Sam, just clean drinks and hopefully some casual talk with Brian. What could possibly go wrong? I don't like the way that's phrased. I don't like that you say, what could possibly go wrong. Everything. That's what could go wrong. Like staring into closed eyes, I could never know if B knew I was looking at him. Did he even know I was there? Maybe he knew, but simply didn't care. The only thing looking back at is my decaying sanity. I wanted to look away so much, but what's the point when the stench is still there? I started to think the only way to get B's attention was to throw myself off Colton Hill. There's more to life than that, buddy. It's okay. How did I come so low? All I wanted was a chance to show how I feel about B without any noise getting in the way. No matter what happens next, it would at least give me some sort of closure and peace. Brian was super likable. Everyone liked everything about him. They couldn't stop smiling when Brian started talking. They made me want to puke. They smile as if their relationships with Brian mean anything, and yet I was the only one left with a broken heart when he left Frozen Peak. B was so determined about leaving that being a star player wasn't good enough for him. B needed to be a fucking model student. Nothing says pick me to college admission like a spotless student record. I just can't shake up my world and leave. Man, everything's gone wrong. All my senses are screaming in pain. I don't even remember drinking any booze. The pain only escalated the moment Brian texted me. You feeling okay? No, I was not okay, and why is Brian texting me this? Did I do something to him? According to Brian, I went from quiet to crazy happy and cute, in his words, not mine, real quick. I was so close to being the center of the party that he had to bring me back to the dorm. Why can't I remember any of them? Congrats, Sam. You've reached a new low in life. Shit, is this it? Is this how I die? I sincerely asked Brian if there was a good place to kill myself. He said maybe now is a good time to show you my secret hideout, since I passed the test by showing the school a whole different me. Is he seriously going to take me to his Colton Hill hideout? Tomorrow I'm going to the so-called most romantic place in Frozen Peak with Brian. And there's something in my head that's keeping me awake, and it's not a hangover. Let's put this on my board. And can you stop rattling, please? Oh no. Suicide suspected and death of missing teenager. Oh, I can zoom it in. I like looking at this though, like the newspaper. The girl of 17 was found dead at Colton Hill, likely ended her own life, police says. Sam Holt, a transfer student of Wayride Academy, had been reported missing for 6 days until Frozen Peak authorities discovered her body in the forest. Due to days of heavy rain around the time of her death, the investigation on Miss Holt's death faced a few challenges. However, interviews with school faculty members said and its students led to the possibility that she threw herself off the cliff of Colton Hill after months of rejection from her peers. She was rarely seen with others, says one of her former teachers. She was even publicly humiliated just before her disappearance. It must have worked as the tipping point for her. Frozen Peak police says the fall did not kill Sam instantly. It's possible she gasped for air through her broken neck before dying. Oh! So when do we get out the red string? I don't know. Wayride Academy now faces suspicion of neglecting its students, led by the mother of Miss Holt. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's actually so sad. You don't think you could have done that before? Before I said... Excuse you. Okay, there's nothing here, it's just another... No! Not the bathroom! Not the freaking bathroom! Get out of the bathroom! I don't... Where am I now? Back in the forest. Why have I been teleported to the forest? Oh no, Sam! Sam, no! Where'd she go? I made a typo. What did you mean to type? Oh no, there's another note. OMG, Brian actually took me to Colton Hill. The hideout Brian mentioned had a wonderful view of the small town, the whole place under the golden sunset. The best part of the spot was that it's quite hidden and unsafe. You could easily roll down the hill if you're careless or drunk, and no one would find you for days. How awesome is that? Not very? It's a little scary. Being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident, though. You have Cookie! I honestly considered doing a baking stream today, since it's spring break for me. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna. So, mainly because I don't have enough stuff to do like a proper setup and also have that, like I need like one of the like mics that can clip onto your clothes. Being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident though. We sat there for less than an hour, but it felt like an eternity. I can't even remember what we talked about. I do remember saying how beautiful Rosen Peak is, and Brian being all meh about it. I guess you can get fed up with views like this too. Cookie stream! I actually do have a pretty good chocolate chip cookie recipe that my mom has, that she got from the internet. So I could make that on stream. We sat... I already read that. Today's only regret is that I failed to bring the true essence of the Hills view back with me. There's a reason why I gave up photography in the first place. As a close-up, at least a close-up shot of Brian was not half bad. When I came back from down the hill, it became clear that my life had become a bit more messed up now. I know because I really want to talk to Brian again soon. Help me get to sleep quickly today, diary. Love, Sam. Brian's secret hideout, a closed Colton Hill hiking route discovered by himself, so he can hide from the world around him. Not a flashy place, but it had a great view. Why does this say all of life's problems and it... We're just gonna ignore it. We're gonna go to the next page. Next page. I wished it could be our special place. Ours and ours only. Colton Hill is nothing but a rock pile of blood-soaked memories now. Need a secret hideout, not gonna lie. Yeah. I honestly, I want there to be, like, something like the room of requirement, but, like, much easier to access. Like, some sort of secret hideout. Something somewhere. I mean, technically my studio is itself a secret hideout because we didn't know that this room existed when we saw the house, like, to get it. And we had gone into, like, my sister's room, which had, like, an extra door to it. And we were like, well, where does this go? And it was, like, a giant room for storage stuff. And I was like, This is absolutely massive. And they just used it for simple storage, like only the back wall was covered in things. So once we got all that cleared out, it turned into like a playroom lounge area. Why did he have to break my fucking heart? Was I just one of his many friends? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why he wanted to leave even after I told him we won't be together anymore. He thought he was too good for Roseland Peak and me. To him, I was just a background in his picture. Who just took a picture of me? This may be a photosensitive bit. I can't remember if it speeds up. You don't deserve a face. Well, yeah, no kidding. I don't have one. The book report was finished days ago. Excuse you? Oh yeah, watch out. These flashing lights. Come here. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Get me out. No. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door! It closes on its own, I believe. Let me sit down. Alright, whatever. The book report was finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking about Mingled, mostly because my stupid brain thinks I'm sort of like the main character, Jenny. To summarize the rest of the book, Jenny goes on this jealousy-fueled sabotage rampage on every girl who has a crush on Michael. I know it sounds horrible without the context, but it's actually kind of cute. She finally stands up on top, but Michael finds out about what she's done. He breaks Jenny's heart by saying he can't be sure of who she is anymore. Yandere knew. Things work out in the end, but that's not why I sympathize with the dorky psycho girl. Brian is just like Michael, popular, has killer biceps, busy hanging out with people. I can't see what he wants because of all of the noise around him. I know he wants to go to college, but what about beyond the boring stuff? What kind of person does he like? What does he think about me? He told me about his mom, how she died of cancer last year. Oh no, it's so sad. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone. Okay, bye again. Bye, John. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone who's depending on him. Sometimes I sometimes feel like he can't see me because he's so busy trying to meet everyone's expectations. I know how those around us can be hurtful, and it's dangerous to rely on them so much. I just wish I could tell Brian one day that I'm here for him. Brian got what he wanted in the end. He left Roseland Peak as soon as he was given the chance. As for me, I was left to suffocate in the hole of tainted memories until I drowned in my own endless nightmare. That is creepy. I'm gonna see that in my nightmares tonight. Whenever I sleep. Every day, every night, I'm surrounded by whispers. Whispers that lie. Whispers that eat away at my brain piece by piece. No matter how hard I try to. Oh god, I hear them again. Hello? Are you in a healthy relationship? Take this quick survey to find out. I thought it said quiz. One must take as much as one gives. Nope. Can't have nightmares if you don't sleep. True that. Obsession is a stronger form of love. It depends on how far the obsession goes. I'm gonna say no. No one can have what you can't. No. B never loved you. No, he loved me because you're a selfish little shit. No! All your problems are caused by you. No! It's all your fault. No! I already said no! Results are in. It looks like you still have your eyes closed shut. Then keep them shut. How long will you last this time? Hello? Miss Lasley gave us an easy poetry assignment for once. She said it's okay to make a parody of the classics as long as we stick to the ABCB rhyme. So I took the liberty of letting my imagination go ABC berserk. Here's a slight taste of my early work. Roses are red, violets are blue. My life would have sucked if it wasn't for you. It's pretty simple. I could have waited for Brian to ask help with my homework again, but I decided to make the first move this time. And guess what? He said he can handle it alone. Call me paranoid, but I'm worried I might have hurt Brian's pride. That's what happens when Sam opens her idiot mouth or uses her idiot brain. P.S. I've decided to carry my diary in my bag. The doors of the girls' dorm are way too easy to open. Not as easy as Stacy's, though, if you know what I mean. I even saw one of the girls using a notepad to crack her door open. Besides, I have this weird hunch someone's been reading my diary. I've decided not to ignore this hunch. It's getting worse. The fucking shithole town left a disgusting crack on my heart. And it's getting bigger and bigger. The voices I hear from the crack are getting louder. I see more and more eyes staring at me through the gap. When I ran out of places to run, I had only one solution. Now my memories are scattered all over the dark, and I must look for them in the dark. Here's the thing. When I was playing this to, like, test it, every time I had to play it, I would get stuck in a part just a little bit later from now. And I know where every photo is. Like, there's one in the bed. It's hard to gauge where I am in the dark. That's the mirror. There we go. Alright. I cherish your smile. I indulge your gaze. They keep me so warm, like endless sun rays. With Brian preparing for a rematch with the Hammerheads, I once again gladly gave him a hand with the non-important homework stuff. I must say, the teachers here really don't give their poor students a break just because the test is over. It's not like I'm burdened with helping out, but Brian is really trying hard to get good grades. From what I heard, he doesn't have much to worry about going to college, since he's practically a local football star. Maybe his pushy police chief dad raised him to be an overachiever. It's funny how a model athlete like Brian got friends like Kyle, who will always find excuses to pull him out of school. It's unfair, really. As long as you're a sports star, you'll end up with douches like him, no matter how nice of a person you are. I don't speak with Kyle much, but I don't need conversation to know what he's like. First of all, his girlfriend is friggin' Stacy Lannings. The stare he gives me when I pass by is enough to creep me out for the whole day. It would be lucky if Stacy didn't come along and start yapping about how Brian is out of my league. She has Kyle to play with, so why would she even care? Like, ask your boyfriend for a drive, jeez. Have a nice life with him so Brian can stay out of the poison he does not deserve. Excuse you? I was just gonna make a comment about how killer of a line that last one was. But now you're making me get up and go find the door. I have a feeling I'm walking into walls. If I just... There we go. Who is that? is that? Excuse me? Don't swing toward me! Oh, now the phone's ringing. Did I just phase through the chair? Oh, now my dog's barking. You do know when you call someone, you usually have to, like, actually talk, right? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and this part's a lot of flashing lights. Spit ash on. Greenheart College. Discover your potential with our early admission program. Okay. What the fuck are you smiling at? I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go. I gotta go investigate the paper. Get out of my ears. Excuse me. I'm stuck! I got stuck! What do you want me to do? I got stuck! I got stuck, you rude thing. I got stuck on the bathroom stall. No! I'm gonna yeet my chair across the room. This is gonna be the rest of the stream, just me trying to outrun a shadow demon. A shadow demon with red lips. And no eyes, for some reason. Get out of the urinals. Did I survive? Am I in a... Don't chicken out. This is for B. Careful. Press it. Do it. I'm so creepy! What do you mean? Huh? No, what did it say? What did it say? Come back here. Oh, I don't like this. Where did you go? I'm supposed to leave back to my room. I don't want to be in here. I hear you napping. Oh! Oh! Did I just get yeeted down a cliff? That's dangerous stuff. Don't do that. There was a consulting session for Greenheart College student programs at the gym today. I've seen its posters all over the school since the day I arrived. I had nothing better to do, so I decided to give a visit and spend my precious after-school time reading brochures. And once again, just like at the library, I was surprised to see Brian there. He was at the early decision program booth. I wanted to talk to him, but instead ran from my room and jumped to my bed. And out of nowhere, tears started to drop. I bet it was because of all those stupid hearts. Yep, I saw those hearts again. Now they were on the gym walls too. At first I thought whoever drew them must be very insecure about their relationship, but the truth is that I wish I had a relationship to be insecure about too. Deep down, I know I want my own hearts on the walls too, but seeing Brian at the college booth felt like finally getting punched by reality. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a couple of years. I thought of just staying here at Rosen Peak, but with Brian preparing to leave, there's no point to it. No Brian, no hearts on the wall. God, it's like my brain's creating a storm. I'm just gonna lie down for a bit. Hopefully I'll wake up next week. I wake up without waking up. Same rainy night, my lifeless room, endless nightmare. My life is nothing but a repetition of waking up with nothing to live for. Not even a false hope to look forward to this time. Long ago, when I finally got to accept my feelings for Brian, I thought everything was going to change, but every day is still just like every day. He was still a school star. I was still just his friend. When you live in Rosen Peak, people expect things to stay the same. If anything changed between us, it could ruin B and everything around him. So that's how it went. Nothing changed when my whole world burned down. I kept telling myself maybe after graduation I'll be able to express my feelings for him. I let the fire in my heart eat through my soul and body. I called myself a coward. But I chose to keep what little I had to enjoy. I was a poor kid curled up in bed. Poor, do I really deserve that charity title? Am I really the victim of all this? Who's here to judge anyway? It's all over. Everyone left me. So why do I feel like I'm being chased? Like someone's always watching me? Like someone's always trying to judge me? How did the invite go? Is she in or not? I'm trying to think, should I do a different voice or should I just keep it the same?
Oh, she's coming. Dorks like her can't say no to parties like this.
Sweet, time to give her the drama she wants so bad. Oh no. Oh no. We're now to November. I know I used half of this diary writing about Stacy being a bitch, but now she's just unstable. I wasn't even past the first class when I saw her arguing like crazy with Kyle. Heard her shouting something like, "I'm done doing this shit for you," before storming away. Then she saw me. I was her next target. She strutted towards me and said, "This is all your fault. Why don't you go back to fucking San Diego?" Oh, what did I do? She was off before I could even open my mouth. I turned to Kyle for answers, but he was gone too. Come to think of it, I rarely saw them hanging out recently, but I didn't know things were this intense. Brian's been acting weird too, though. He hasn't talked to me much recently. He even looks somewhat more upset than usual. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but... Text from my mother. Hang on. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but he cut me short, asking if I called him last night again. All I could give was a blank face until Brian said, "Never mind," and walked away again. What was that about? What did he mean by again? Calling him in the middle of the night for no reason was something I've dreamed of, but that doesn't mean I actually did it. What the hell is going on? We only have 2 more to get. Also, why haven't I cleaned up anything? I feel like I should be able to clean. It's because of her. The moment she came into our lives, what little I had to enjoy started to crumble. Only bad changes happen in my life, no matter how hard I try to protect it. A city girl just asking to become an outsider. That's all she was to me. Hell, that's all she was to everyone else. But then, I saw them talking at the library. I couldn't see clearly, but I could tell what was going on. He was making her smile. It was another smile taunting my feelings for B. No one would ever know what kind of emotions I was hit with at that moment. A change was happening, and I didn't like it at all. Stacy didn't like it either, and she could never stand letting an easy social prey slip away from her. Naturally, Stacy took a peek into her diary one day. She took some pictures of the entries and sent them to me and her gang. She wanted everyone to join her twisted and childish game. The diary had no special meaning to me, not until I read about how Brian took that "see you next Tuesday" on a fucking tour of the town. I'm not gonna say that on stream. Let's just say took that bitch on a fucking tour of the town. I draw the line at that word. He had no interest in girls whatsoever, and suddenly now he's hanging with an outsider. At that moment, I got tired of doing nothing. I knew I had to do something, so I gave Stacy an idea. It was going to be easy. Spike her drink, get her wasted, and humiliate the shit out of the city girl in front of everyone. That's just cruel, man. I could see maybe giving her a drink and, like, getting her, like... I could see maybe getting drunk at a house party, but not to, like, that extent. That's a little much. It could have been so simple if only B didn't get in the way. I don't want to read that. I feel like that's too implicit to read. Still can't believe Brian had to take her away like that.
Well, bitches like Sam just tend to make some people feel sorry. She did mention something about her dad in her diary, but she has some nasty daddy issues too.
I know. How about we show everyone how needy a bitch can be?
Sounds fun. But how?
I didn't even get to read it! I didn't even get to read the text! He said leave it to me, I think, but I was about to say, that is real close. Excuse you. This can't be happening. No, 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 no. Can I run? I don't like it! I don't like it. What the fuck is going on? I don't even know how to describe what happened this morning. This is fucked up. My hands are shaking again. It started when I opened my locker and something poured out. For a few seconds, my brain was cut off from whatever was happening. When I finally looked down, there were tons of pictures scattered on the hallway floor. All of them were photos of Brian with gibberish written on them. The whole school was at the hall. They looked at the pictures, then me, then at the pictures. Brian was there too. The face he gave me. The face of disgust. He turned away and left. He didn't even say anything. I tried to chase him, say something, anything to him, but the floor started spinning and people started whispering, like they knew what was going on. The air soon began to choke my throat. I swept what was on the floor and ran off to class. Of course, Stacy must have something to do with this. I looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The rest of the day was about nothing but avoiding eye contact with anyone. I can't sleep. Brian's not answering any of my texts. There's no one to talk to. B kept saying there was nothing going on between them, but I wasn't about to believe that everything was just fine. In my eyes, Sam was using Brian to fill her sad, empty life. I couldn't let that happen. She wanted drama she didn't deserve. She deserves shit. She doesn't get to barge in and start stealing the life I've only dreamed of. Stacy kept doing what she does best, digging into others' secrets. She sent pictures of the little shit's diary to me. That's how I found out about their little trip to Colton Hill. It was our hideout since first year of high school, and her presence turned it into nothing. How could B do this to us? The only way to break them apart was to show Brian what a creep she was. I don't like that. No, thank you. I kept reading the disgusting words she wrote on her diary. At the same time, I felt something, a reminder of how I felt when I fell for B, how it felt so wrong and terribly right. Screaming into my pillow never helped making the feelings go away. Did you find the diary yet?
Babe, I think you're taking this too seriously.
Did you find it or not?
I think she knows I'm sneaking into her room. I can't find it anywhere. Babe, don't you think you're too obsessed with breaking them up?
You're bailing on me now? Forget it.
Please, babe. Maybe Brian doesn't even like the girl.
I said forget it.
I definitely said forget it. Not tired.
Final page. The school counselor called me today. Mr. Ferns asked me if the rumors were true. Rumors that I've been leaving heart drawings all over school. Rumors that I've been stalking Brian. At this point, the whole school must be out of its mind. I didn't even know the letters in the fucking heart spelled S and B. And what, just because the initials are S and B suddenly means that every name starts with them are either Sam or Brian? And what's even crazier, and guess what's even crazier, words are on the street. Sam Holt, the daughter of a sex offender, craves forbidden love. How on earth did Stacy find out about Dad? Why would she do so much to screw up my life? And where the hell is she? You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for Brian to listen to me. I'm tired of looking for words that describe this messed up situation. I can't believe I have to go through this again so far from home and so soon. Brian, please say something. It's actually so bad. I feel so bad for her. Then I remembered she wrote something about her dad. It must have had something to do with her existence in my life. I started digging. It wasn't even a challenge. Keith Holt, arrested for sexually assaulting a teenager. He was beautiful. I found the perfect ending. All I had to do was fill in the rest of the story. Sam Holt calls Brian from a payphone in the middle of the night and silently listens to his voice. Anyways, are you back, John? We're almost to the end. How did Sam's dad even get married? He likes little girls, doesn't he? Maybe Sam's mom used to be the pervert's victim. That's gross! Sam Holt takes Brian's picture and keeps them hidden in her locker. That Sam girl's got some balls. Everyone's talking about her pervy dad and she's still showing up to class? Respect. Sam Holt draws hearts all over the school to let others know Brian is hers. OMG, how could Sam Holt not commit die? If my dad went on the news for touching teens, that's bye-bye world for me, lol. A needy city girl with a huge hole to fill. A hole left by her sweet old daddy. She was just a disaster waiting to happen. No one, even Brian, would think otherwise. I made all the preparations while Stacy spread the rumors I created. It wasn't easy. I almost got caught taking a picture of Brian using the restroom. But I kept going. Every picture I took was a love confession I could never make. Every heart I drew was my sacrifice for him. When enough suspicion piled up on Sam, I stuffed all the pictures I took into her locker. It was a happy coincidence that Bea was there to see the spectacular unfold when it happened. It was over. Things were about to turn back to normal. Then, Stacy's drama-filled head exploded. Well, what if I could move? Maybe you can run forever. I was trying to figure out what this said. Bro, I was so close. your internet not good, John? Whoop. Gotta hide. I'm gonna get caught. You're sad now, I'm sorry. I almost got to it! You rude thing! I gotta do her voice again, hang on.
I'm done watching you get away with the shit you've done to me.
You still can't stop playing the last spot, oh my god. I had to show my sister that because she was like, what are you looking at? Because I was watching it again myself. And so I played it for her.
Do you really think I wouldn't find out what's going on? I know you've been using me to break Sam and Brian apart so you can have some fun with her. Well, I've had my share of fun. When I told Brian what you've been doing, you should have seen the face he made when I got the part about you drawing all those stupid hearts all over school. I hope you enjoy your happy life now that there's no Brian to get in your way. Oh, by the way, I saw you staring at that college poster. What, did you like the girl in the poster too? Is it why you tore her face off? You need help, and don't bother calling me Stacy. Oh, put it on the wall.
Please, man, Stacy got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. It's a meaningless prank, that's all. Please, B, don't do this to me. Text me back, please. The day Stacy told Brian was the last day he talked to me. When are your next streams? Probably, I'll probably do Saturday around 8 like I usually do. And that'll be more Resident Evil. I just wanted to play something kind of mindless to play this real quick. But, I was gonna play a different game, but I couldn't get my game capture to actually capture it. So, I'll try and figure it out. He was so angry at me. He would never understand what I did for him. Typical. So fucking typical. Again, I was left alone to suffer. This time someone had to pay for it. Oh no! Oh no, I've gotta go put the note in the locker. I'll go play Night Square again. Alright, bye! Let me put it in. Let me put it in the locker. Let me get in the locker. Alright. Hallway. Run away, run away. Opposite way. Go the other way. Run! I love the cinematography of this part. Like, this part compared to the original. Okay, so it does not matter which direction you go when you get to that scene, because I went to the left the other time, like, at first. And, yeah. So it doesn't matter what direction you go. She's waiting at the hill. waiting for someone?
Kyle? What are you doing here?
You can't just stay away from him, can you? You know you don't deserve him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Our lives are ruined because of you.
Hey, don't come any...
I killed her. Oh no, the note's in her bag. I was about to say it looked really far. I might as well grab the stick. Oh no, Sam. Sam, I'm so sorry, Sam. I'm so sorry, Sam. You did not deserve that. Sam, come meet me at Colton Hill. You know where to find me, Brian. So I'm burning the evidence. Sam's property, keep out. This is her diary. Easy poetry assignment. Preparing for a rematch. Consulting. College. Brian, please say something. I was about to say that part was all cutscene because I didn't have my crosshair in the middle. A good old Bic lighter. I actually love that I start in the closet again. Like as I come back to the room after everything. Because now the audience, the players, realize who exactly killed Sam and who this diary is written by. And it's just, I love this so much. It was an accident. I never meant to kill her. Or maybe I did. Did I? But does it matter now? Did any of what I did matter? I left the team soon after what happened at Colton Hill. After that, the school. From what I've heard, Brian easily got accepted into the college. He left town right after graduation. The fact that he's a star athlete with a notable school record worked like a charm. He's been growing the idea of leaving Rosen Peak since his mom died. Living alone with his obnoxious dad didn't help much with being attached to his hometown. He kept his plan mostly a secret. He hated the attention he was getting as a star who lost his mom. If people found out about his plan, they will surely be talking about it too. But he did hint about leaving, and I tried so hard to ignore what it meant for me. Even those college posters all over school were laughing at me. They were making fun of my impending doom. They were all saying, haha, see? You're gonna die alone here. Maybe I knew that Brian took an interest in Sam because she was a clueless new girl who was lonely enough to get to do anything for a guy who was nice to her. But jealousy is a strong creature. It quickly devoured my mind. Soon anger took control of me, and I just needed someone to be mad at other than Brian. Even after he left me, anger stayed. It still haunts me in my sleep, and every time I open my eyes, it just gets worse. And again, it's time to wake up. But wake up for what? To be greeted by the fact that I must start running in circles around in circles again? That I must stick needles into my body so I can forget about my past for a few fucking minutes? It's just like that story Miss Lasley once told us about the shortest horror story in the world. The last man on Earth heard a knock at the door. I'm alone in my room. I'm alone in this world. There's someone knocking on the door. I don't know who it is, but I keep the door locked. No one comes in. No one goes out. I'm so tired. I just want it to end. Let's just wake up. Let's just open the door. I don't care who or what's waiting for me. But what about my diary? The one I've been keeping to remind myself about how I'm the victim of everything that's happened. I don't know what I'd do without it. What will keep me from going insane? So here comes the big question. Should I keep it? I mean, if it's driving you this insane, then you probably shouldn't. But, like, you also should keep it and, like, you know, turn it into the police and be like, hey, you remember that murder case, or the suicide case that happened, like, 3 years ago? Yeah. No, you shouldn't keep it. Can I do anything with the lighter? I guess not. No, it's time to admit, I've been keeping a memory of lies. I'm the only one to blame for the shit that I had to deal with. It's about time I burned it. But what after that? I could open the door out of here, face whatever's waiting for me, or I could just stay with the fire and let go. Whatever the choice, it's time to light the fire. Dear goodness! Is your house laced in gasoline? It was all a dream? The death of Sam Holt, initially reported as a suicide, was shed a new light by her former classmate. Kyle Jenkins confessed he was with Miss Holt when she fell to her death on Colton Hill in 2006. According to the shocking revelation, the 14-year-old transfer student from San Diego was a... I couldn't read it all! Oh, but that's it. That's the game. I absolutely love this game. Like, this story is so well written and so intricately done. And there's the photosensitivity warning. That was the whole credits. Like, I love it so much. Like, this is such a good game. I'm just gonna be entirely honest. It's such a good game. The fact that you're playing as, like, this unknown character in the beginning of it, like, you don't know who you're playing as, and then the story, like, slowly comes undone. Like, initially you might think, oh, it's probably Sam's diary that we're reading, since, you know, it's called Love Sam, and we're getting, like, snippets of her old diary, and then it's like, oh no, we're talking about Sam as an objective, like, she's not the person that wrote this diary that we're reading. And then you might think, maybe it's Brian reading somebody else's diary that was written about Sam and Brian. So then you might think, oh, maybe it's Stacy's diary, but no, the fact that it's Kyle's diary that he's kept and that he's had this massive crush on Brian, but doesn't want to admit it because it's 2006 and we still aren't very queer-friendly in that era. But just the fact that Kyle didn't want to admit that he was gay and that he had a crush on Brian, it tugs at my heartstrings. I love this story so much. And then what's even better is that this is technically like the rewrite of it. So it's like a remastered edition. So basically what it is that it's just like a remastered version. So like certain things were changed in the, like, from the original to the remastered version. And I mean, if you wanted to see the original, you can watch Jacksepticeye's playthrough of it, because he played Love Sam as the original. And it was very entertaining. And that's what really wanted me to, like, I really wanted to play this game myself and just be like, I'm gonna play this on stream for everybody that watches. So, yeah. I absolutely love this game. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely story. And I just love it so much. So, yeah, that'll be stream for me. My next stream will probably be tomorrow night around the same time, finishing up or at least making more progress in Resident Evil. And then we'll see how the rest of my spring break plays out, because I might stream more during spring break as well, but I don't know. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, afternoon, night, whatever time it is where you live. It's not playing sounders for some reason. I just fixed the sounders! What do you mean? I'm gonna have to fix the sounders again. Anyway, I know what I'm doing next time. Bye.